My name is Renee Sherrer. Having a store downtown was not really the easiest thing I ever did because you have to do everything that involves the business aspect of having a storefront. And I think a lot of artists aren't cut out for that. We focus on textile arts. I've always said I would have a work table before I'd have a bed to sleep on because you can sleep anywhere. You just lay down. You get tired enough, you're going to lay down. But you can't just work anywhere. And you have to have an environment that's going to support your materials, give you quiet space that you can concentrate, and also a place to meet with other artists, I think. And that's what I've tried to create here. I consider textile art form just a means to an end. So you can make a sculpture with textiles, or you can create a two-dimensional object with textiles. It's just a process more than anything. We don't show painting, we don't show sculpture unless those particular art pieces have used a textile process. I also include fashion because there's not a lot of galleries showing anything having to do with fashion. I think because it's considered not a fine art, it's a frivolous thing because it changes a lot. But I think it's really important. It's a women's art form too, and I really want to give support as much as possible to women's expressions as well as just textile arts. Seiko up at Western Washington University approached me with having a show of her students, and of course I embraced it. I think this is one of the most important shows that we can exhibit. Showing the work of textile arts students at the college level gives them an exhibition experience that they probably won't get outside of the university. Not just because it's important to have a show, it's important to know what the etiquette of having a show is about, how to approach somebody about having a show, what your responsibility is when you exhibit work, how to write an artist statement. It's a huge learning curve. Sewing is an engineering process, except you're working with a material that is almost liquid. It only stands up if you can create a structure for it to stand up in, and so it's almost like a sculpture. One of the things that I think that we offer nobody else offers is pattern making. And so if you like to sew, if you ever want to learn how to make your own patterns or how to change your own patterns, taking pattern making is an amazing class. You actually learn how those pieces fit together. And there's a pattern making 1, which is very basics. Pattern making 2, which gets into more complicated structural issues and design elements in clothing construction. And then we do a kids classes called Kids So Strong, and it's SEW, Kids So Strong. And that's kind of a sewing camp once a month for young kids and boys and girls. It's an hour and a half on a Saturday morning, $10. You can't even pay for childcare for that. But they get to come, they get to we have a project for them every time. There's 2 teachers, there's no more than 6 students. So I think it's important for students to see how much fun can be had with sewing. Believe me, I've had my sewing days where I was just like, why do I like this? Would somebody please remind me? Because the machines are not working properly, or one particular thing I'm trying to do just seems to be impossible or won't work. But for the most part, it's a lot of fun. You know, if everything has to be solved before you can start a project, you'll never start a project. You'll never go down that road. So my theory is get going on it, see where it takes you. It'll probably turn out okay.